let's go ahead and start talking about the Acts of the Apostles. Acts of the Apostles. So, this is very commonly accepted as part 2 of Luke's Gospel. All right, and how do we know that? Well, if we look at the text, okay, let's look at the beginning of the Gospel of Luke, okay. Luke says to start his Gospel, since many have undertaken to compile a narrative of the events, blah, 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 I too have decided. Okay, and in verse 3, he says, I too have decided, after investigating everything accurately anew, to write it down in an orderly sequence for you, most excellent Theophilus. So he's addressing it to some guy named Theophilus in the Gospel according to Luke. And then, if we flip over to the Acts of the Apostles, okay, the very beginning of the Acts of the Apostles says, in the first book, Theophilus, I dealt with all that Jesus did and taught. Okay, and he says, in the second book, I will deal with everybody after Jesus, essentially. Right? So, that's how we know it's the same writer. Okay? It says the same writing style, written in the same language. So, this is part 2 of Luke's Gospel, essentially. All right, so, as I said, it's written by Luke. Okay, and it's written about Peter and Paul, and it's written before 70 AD. Okay, that's what we know so far. Probably before 70 AD, most likely late 60s. And it's about the beginnings of the early church, essentially. The first half of the book focuses on Peter. The second half focuses on Paul. And it talks about basically their acts, which includes, spreading the word of God. It includes, establishing the early church, and it takes place over the course of about 30 years. Right? So that is very generally the plot of the book.